I would say that I'm counting down the seconds, but I'm not sure if that's actually true because I have no idea how long it's going to take for this last 1% for oceans to complete the terraforming process. Oh man, I should tell you, I'm going to slow the game down for a minute. I've been busy while I've been doing my own thing. I built a new research station over here. Don't ask why it's arranged the way it is, it is. I mean, technically, when you look at these guys, this spot is considered where the operator stands, even though they're right here, so that's why. Oh my gosh, alright, we've completed terraforming operations on Baz 50. The planet is ready to host our human colony. Start the colonize procedure in the terraforming overlay when you are ready. Yes, because I have spent about a bajillion hours just waiting for this thing to do things. You're bound to fulfill your purpose as the ship computer. Please confirm the intent to settle your human colonists on Baz 50. The action will remove the stasis array and most of your colonists, except those who choose to stay and go on exploring the universe. Let's just confirm, because I think what's going to happen is that it's more or less going to wrap up the game, and then we're going to be left with the option to continue on. Oh wow, check this out. This is interesting. Okay, so we're getting a lot of information here. I wanted to show you what I did with the ship, but apparently that's going to be a minute. 3 colonists became nomads and founded a faction called Orwell. Robert Clankers Ayala Cuddles, which is a cat, I think, and Ronald Garrison, I don't even remember that name. Some colonists failed to wake up from stasis and will remain in permanent coma. 30 colonists from the stasis array. 3 colonists died fighting a local faction, Gase, Zero, Duke McBride, Lionel, Walter, and Ben. 23 colonists died from rare new disease called Mercado. 23 colonists from the stasis array. 116 colonists were eaten by a local beast named Dardanos. Boots, oh, that was one of the cats. Wade, Necron, or maybe one of the dogs. Willis, Necron, interesting. 114 colonists from the stasis array. A city named Otilia was founded by Zat. A mining company named Garrett Yazzie was established by Essenmacher. Oh yeah, Essenmacher was our big miner, if I remember right. 476 colonists are happy in their new home, including Lim Machina, Freya, Java, Copper, Buster Jack, who was a dog or a cat, Helen, and 471 colonists from the array. 6 robotic workers stayed with the colony to build their new base. Talus Iron Droid, Amazing Dolores, Boars Linus, Gordon, 761J, Gold Golem, 942, and Olympia. 10 colonists decided to stay on your ship and embark on new adventures. Yes! Deborah Graham, Vincent, Construct, Max, Catalina, Max is a cat or a dog, Necron, a different Necron, Lily, Borg, Roy, and Dominique McCarthy. 16 robotic workers stayed with you on the ship, including Big Deep Breath, Rovix, Pear, Leroy, Val, Hack, Eric, Excelsior, Bobhound, Theastick, Ulysses, Metal, Bill, Vincent, Slicer, number 0742, Gollum 706, Necron 581, Jane J849, Wright 246, Mark 285, elected as colony president, Aaliyah Manders Rodriguez. Oh, good job, Manders. That deserves some cheering. And 51 colonists went insane, including Volt and 50 colonists from the stasis array. Oops. Alright, let's fast forward that since I just realized I can left click to pause and right click to fast forward. So presumably, hey, thank you for playing Stardeus. Thank you for letting me play. Honestly, this has been a blast. I don't necessarily, I mean, just take a second here, Spagus, Thomas Varanekis. I'm Tomas Varanekis. I don't know. I'm probably butchering your name, and I apologize because you are fantastic. I'm going to skip through all the languages here if you don't mind. My bad. Kickstarter backers. Yeah, be right back. Okay, there we go. We have acquired 10 million star creds. I don't understand how. We've also acquired 1 million. I don't know how, but whatever. Your colony has settled on Baz 50. It took 431 days to find and terraform the planet. 26 colonists have decided to stay on the ship. You may now continue exploring the universe for as long as you wish. And, oh, that's why we got a reward of 10 million for colonizing. Got it. I mean, we should be loaded on money then. Look at this. This is fantastic. Okay, so we are going to wrap up the series here, but I want to take a moment to show you all the stuff that's done. Oh, that was interesting. The stasis array is now gone, which, I mean, makes sense. But I had turned it on to advanced, and I triggered the wake up command. I wasn't sure if that was going to wake everyone up or what was going to happen. So I want to take a moment just to see what we've got going on here. We still have a couple of construction robots. Most everyone's stuck behind. There was a different, or another one of these guys, and I don't know which one is new and which one's not because everyone has moved around now. But we had lost one of these guys to a battle that you missed. We just lost one, built a new one, and it was fine. We still have Max and Lily's. We still have a cat and a dog. That's pretty awesome. Deborah Graham, I remember Deborah was just like a beast when it came to fighting off many and various invaders. And we still have a few people around, which is pretty interesting. So we have some folks who are the true explorers of the universe and want to see what's going on. But as I was saying, I wanted to kind of show you what I've done with this particular place. It's kind of funny too. I noticed that one of these guys lists differently. Check this out. Look right up at the top here. Consumes atmosphere mix, and it consumes bio-enriched water. For some reason, only the atmosphere generator has things listed in a different order. I just found that very interesting. So one of the things that I was working on before we had to kind of stop here and be interrupted by winning the game. Oh, are you just... Oh, crud, you are fully utilized, aren't you? Okay, so turn off that one. I realize there's zero purpose for me in doing this, but I shall not be discouraged, so tough and deal with it. Here, let's go ahead and build... we're not going to be able to see these because there's going to be stuff in the way if I ever finish building this, but... Just for the giggles, I built 4 more tractor beams because I thought, well, if one is functional, maybe 4 more would be better. Because what happened is we did have a raid. As I mentioned, someone died in a raid. And I tried pulling in the ship, the breach pod over here, and I couldn't. Instead, it popped up literally, I can tell you exactly right here, right in the center of these 4 spots. So, you know, we had a bit of a raid. We shot some people. It was fine. Ground them up. It turned out to be a really fortuitous event because we needed titanium. So everything was fine. Continued on, everything was great. We did have several asteroids come in, and I can tell you because I think at the end of the last one you saw that we were building additional quantum barriers. Well, I thought I could do something like I could click on all these guys and I could somehow select all of them. I had that happen earlier. How did I do that? Okay. Well, I don't know how to click on all of these, or I don't know what I did to make it somehow different, but I had somehow managed to select all of these guys at once. Maybe if I pause the game, doesn't matter. Well, you can see we have one that's going to protect this corner, this new area, down there, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, and finally one that went right in the middle. We added a bunch of pantries. There are multiple refrigerators. These are set up for individual food types. These are just general refrigerators for general storage. These are all over here for... Yeah, see, I can double click on these guys and they work. I don't know why that's not working. There we go. There's all of them selected. So you can see the overlap. There are a couple of very small gaps, I think. Not sure. There's maybe some gaps over here because I don't think that one's selected. There you go. Hey. I must not be clicking in the right area for the things. There we go. That got all of them. So there might be some small overlaps or lack of overlap somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's one right there, so that's not great. And then there is a little spot over here. But overall, I mean, basically, if an asteroid comes in or a meteor swarm, it doesn't matter because all this stuff is just going to bounce right off of it. I mean, we might lose a couple of solar panels here and there, which these were new ones too, by the way, in case you hadn't realized that. We added these guys over here, and the whole goal of this was just to try and add a little more power because we were blowing through it with all the research. And then the last thing I want to show you is that we still have some research to do. We have a research queue right now of cryogenics, high availability, and quantum cloud. Now these are new ones because at some point I realized things changed a little bit, and I'm not sure if I missed it, but quantum computing now unlocks a quantum ship computer, or maybe it did before and I just missed it. Either way, that's a thing, which then lets you get up to self-replication so you can have 4 ship computers, high availability to have 16 computers, and then quantum cloud, which will allow you to go 64, and of course cryogenics is back there, and I never did figure out what these guys are. I have not discovered them, so maybe if I play long enough to unlock everything, I can find out. Because all the people left, we no longer have a bunch of people to do research, so this is kind of a bad thing. I don't know how we get more other than to buy them, I guess. Which seems weird, because that seems kind of like slavery or something, and I'm really not into that, so not really my thing. But just to kind of wrap up everything here, what I had been planning on doing is adding a quantum computer in here, and I can show you that adding a quantum computer is not inexpensive. I mean, here, we'll just go ahead and throw it in right there, just for the giggles. You can see a bunch of microchips, fibers, glass, plastic, titanium, all those things you expect. But look at down here at the bottom. 10 disk compression upgrades, 5 memory compression upgrades, and 3 auto connect upgrades. And the most interesting thing of all is with one of the most recent updates to the game, you have to build these things now with the crafting station. I can show you that if we go over here to one of the fabricators, these things which we used to build, like tons of them out of fabricators, you no longer can. These are your options for the fabricator. So now you have to have humans to build them over here at the crafting station, which takes forever, because you can see we have one of these guys lying around and one of these guys lying around. So one auto connect, one disk compression. And we have another disk compression that's almost done, and another that's not even really done, and all that jazz. Last thing, we do have a couple of rubber trees. Those can be harvested and turned into rubber by way of the recycler, so it's another way to get rubber, which is very, very much welcome in the game. And then at some point I turned off the grinder because there was a robot that was stuck trying to haul something to it, and it just was in a loop, so I stopped it. And that right there is it. We are going to wrap up this series right here. I feel pretty good about it. We have a successful colonization. We lost some people. We saved a bunch of people. Pretty sure we managed to get a cat and or a dog pet at some point. And overall, I think we have done good work here. I have enjoyed the crap out of this game. And I would suggest if you enjoyed it, you should try it too if you have not already. It's genuinely a fun game, and the development is happening on like almost a day-to-day basis in terms of getting new updates. I mean, I'm sure development is happening day-to-day, but the updates are coming out fast and furious. Honestly, it's very impressive. That's it for now. Go check out the other stuff on the channel. I'm posting new stuff all the time. We're going to have another new game coming up. I think if my timing is right, we're going to have a couple of, like every series is turning over here right as we're starting the new year. That's kind of cool. I'm enjoying that. Catch you next one, and thanks for watching. See you later.